I'm going to be talking today about Baidu SERP features and why they matter to your Chinese SEO strategy. First of all, my name's Lizzie Lewington. I'm currently Head of SEO Strategy at Connective3. I've got over 15 years in experience in international SEO, and I've been working with Chinese site and ranking sites in Baidu for over the past 10 years. Baidu is China's leading search engine. There are a few different search engines in China, but Baidu has the leading market share. And it's very similar to Google. There are a lot of similarities between Baidu and Google, but some of them are quite unique to Baidu, and they have a lot of SERP features that are a little bit different. Some of them are the same, but some of them are a little bit different to Google. It's really important to consider ranking in these different SERP features in Baidu if you've decided on SEO as one of your marketing channels in China. And I'll be talking about why that is in the next slides. The first thing to start off with is I've been talking to a lot of brands about what I call SEO everywhere in the UK and in Google, so in the world of Google. And the reason for that is because SEO has changed. And the reason SEO has changed is for a couple of different reasons. We've seen the rise of social search, and people are using social platforms a lot more to search for things in addition to using the traditional search channels, search engines. So people are using TikTok a lot more, they're using Instagram and Pinterest. Those are the social channels that when people are trying to do a bit more research about what it is that they're searching for, they don't just rely on the search engines, they go to these other social platforms to search and perform additional research. In addition to that, we've seen the rise of LLMs. For Google, we've seen the introduction of AI overviews, and we've also seen the rise of other LLMs, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and of course Google's LLM Gemini. In China, it's all a little bit the same but different. For social channels, they have TikTok, but they're also using WeChat. They're using community sites as well to help them research and answer questions that they might have about the brands that they're researching or the products that they want to buy. And in China, they have DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is their version of ChatGPT in China. We have AI mode and AIOs in AI mode, and they have Baidu and AI answers powered by DeepSeek, and that's integrated into the Baidu SERP. And just with Google, it's important to remember that all of these social channels are now featuring much more in the Baidu SERP than they have ever done before. So all of these things feed into each other. One of the main things to consider with SEO in China is that Baidu has many of its own, what they call Baidu's owned properties, and these are different SERP features that are owned by Baidu that tend to take the prominence in the search results. Just with any other strategy, do your research, figure out what it is that your audience wants to see and which SERP features you should be trying to appear in. So I don't speak Chinese. When I talk through some of these pronunciations here, I probably get them wrong and butchering the Chinese language a little bit, but here we go. Baidu Baike. Essentially, this is the Chinese equivalent of Wikipedia, and this appears very, very regularly in the Baidu SERP. It tends to appear at position 1 for many particularly branded phrases. Then we have Baidu Wenku. This is a Chinese document and sharing platform, and it tends to include a range of educational materials, things like research papers and business documents, and people can upload them and share all of these different documents with each other. Then we have Baidu Zhidao. So this is a Q&A platform. Again, it's Baidu owned and it's very much Quora. We have Baidu Tieba, which is another Baidu owned property. And this is more a community platform. We'll have a little bit of a deep dive now into each of those SERP features that I just mentioned. So Baidu Baike, and this is what you have to do to appear in Baidu Baike is draft your article in simplified Chinese, and you need to maintain a neutral encyclopedic tone, just like you would with Wikipedia, about achievements or milestones and references. To actually submit that, you will need to sign up to an account in order to submit the entry once it is ready. Next up, we have Baidu Wenku. So this is a Chinese document sharing platform. It has a range of content such as educational materials, research papers, and business documents. And you can see how it looks just on the left down here. To appear in Baidu Wenku, you can register and log in to Wenku, upload a clean, well-formatted document, use the keywords in the title and description to optimize it and to help it appear to rank high within Baidu Wenku. Ensure no advertising or violations, apply for verified premium author status, which will help boost performance there, and you can earn downloads through ad sharing. Next, we have Baidu Zhidao. So Zhidao is a question and answer platform. It's owned by Baidu, and Zhidao answers are often indexed right on the Baidu SERPs. They have well-optimized replies, can rank and drive traffic. It gets pulled right into the SERP, and just like with Reddit, the communities on here much more appreciate narrative over advertising. So you really need to be very clever. If you want to appear in Baidu Tieba, then you need to be really clever about how you market yourself. Appears, and we can see here the first SERP feature is Baidu Baike, which is essentially Baidu's version of Wikipedia. And as I mentioned before, this typically appears at position 1 in the SERP, and here we can see the keyword that I typed in here was drinks in Chinese, and we can see here that for that keyword Baidu Baike appears position 1. Then we have an additional feature here, which is Baidu Shopping Grid, which is taking a big part of the SERP here. Then we have Baidu Videos, which is also something that should be considered. And then we go into images here. We then have Baidu Baike again, which appears here. And then we have further down the SERP here, we have the community sites. That's why we need to care. If you are a brand and you want to appear in Baidu, then you need to be optimized for all of these different SERP features because it's a very crowded landscape. And what about AI? So Google has AI mode, and Baidu has Baidu's AI answers to the right here, and that's powered by DeepSeek. So where we have a new tab in Google for AI mode, and we have all of these AI answers appearing here, Baidu has the same thing. So Baidu's actually kind of ahead of the game when it comes to this. We can see here their SERP feature here within their Baidu answers section is a little more enhanced, and they've got lots of different features here as well. So this is pulled into the regular SERP at the top of the page, very similar to the AI overviews. And Baidu also has this separate tab here for the Baidu answers. So if you click on this tab, it's very much like Google's AI mode, where a new tab will appear and it takes over the whole page. So essentially, to stand a better chance of appearing in Baidu's AI answers, it's very similar to the optimization methods for appearing in AI mode. So things like increasing the number of citations and links pointing to a site, enhancing your EEAT signals, and using going beyond keywords, so covering all the relevant subtopics and related questions that your audience might have. And what about social? As mentioned before, Baidu is now indexing content from WeChat. Social becomes much more of an important search strategy because it's pulling the WeChat articles right into the SERP. In order to get those articles ranking higher, it's important to optimize the article titles with relevant keywords when publishing onto WeChat. And WeChat, for those of you that don't know, WeChat is a huge social media platform in China. It is many different apps all rolled into one. It's like your social messaging, your Twitter or X. It's got lots of microsites on there where you can shop and buy things. Many people don't actually leave the WeChat app in China. They do everything on the WeChat app, including rides, paying for their dinner, booking things, all of that kind of thing. You can literally live your life on WeChat. Is articles, so people write and publish articles on WeChat, and these are the things that are getting pulled directly into the SERP. WeChat. There's also another social platform called Red, and they have over 300 million monthly active users. It's typically dominated by Generation Z, with female users, and particularly from tier 1 and tier 2 cities in China. Then over the high purchase. So really feeding into that SEO everywhere point that I was making previously, this specific audience is really using Red much more frequently as a search engine. So it's definitely worth establishing a presence on these kind of platforms to be in front of your audience where they're actually searching. So that was a little bit of a whistle-stop tour of Baidu SERP features, and here are some key takeaways. So first of all, target Baidu-owned properties, secure placements in Baidu Baike, Tieba, Zhidao, and Maps where it is relevant for your brand to be. To feature in Baidu's AI answers, provide clear and concise answers, structure your content to directly answer common user queries, and this increases the likelihood of being featured in Position 0 or AI-generated responses. 3. Ensure content relevance and authority. Regularly update your content to maintain its relevance. Backlinking from reputable Chinese websites can also boost your content's authority. And 4, include social media in your Baidu SEO strategy. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this.